What's good, people? Adrian Omega here, and welcome back. Now, as you can see on my last video, I hadn't had my hair cut in about 3 months because of the quarantine, but now I'm back and I'm fresh, looking good. Now, the majority of my videos, I'll be showing you a couple of tips and tricks, but they'll be on a digital format. But in today's video, I want to talk about the pros and cons of traditional art and digital art. Digital art is the artistic work or practice using digital technology in the creative process. For instance, you can use ZBrush or Maya for digital sculpting, Adobe Photoshop or Procreate for digital painting. Now, the pros of digital art is that you can create some beautiful, vivid pieces and share them easily upon completion. Your workflow is a lot more faster, and there's not a mess you have to clean up when you're done. Now, some of the cons of digital art, I bet you guessed it. Price. Prices can range up into the thousands, and not only for purchasing the programs, computers to run them, tablets, laptops, hard drives, displays, etc. Photoshop is a photo manipulating program, and you can use it to paint digitally. Now, it's a monthly subscription of about $20 a month. And Adobe also offers a suite package where you can get Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and a bunch of other great applications to use. The good news is, if you're a student in college, you get a student discount. Yay! You can get that entire suite, which is $100 a month, for about $20 a month. A cheaper route that you could take is buying an iPad Pro. I have an iPad Pro 12.9 inch, and I use Procreate along with the Apple Pencil. Procreate is a one-time fee of $10. It's very similar to Photoshop, although it is not as powerful, but you can still come up with some great works of art. Now, traditional art is art produced with real physical media. Some of the pros of traditional art is that it's very cheap and efficient to just use a pencil and paper. You can pack up your sketchbook in your bag with your pencil and just go. You can also create some very fond memories of sketching people on the bus, on the train, your commute to work, at a restaurant, or even just with your family at home. Now, some of the cons of traditional art, yep, you guessed it. It can get very expensive as well, from brushes, paint, markers, easels, desk, clay, you name it. And in my honest opinion, if you're just starting out, I would go the route with just paper and pencil. You should invest your time and money in educating yourself. Me, myself, I use platforms like Udemy and Skillshare. Hey guys, Future Adrian here, from the luxury of my hotel room, working on the road, you know. I interrupted this video because past Adrian forgot to mention that this episode is not sponsored by Udemy or Skillshare. Although they're great platforms, like he said. Honest mistake, and I'm sure he's sitting there waiting in the past, ready to give you guys great advice, or probably coming up with the next super idea. My head is very slowly 3D printing my hair right now. Or the next amazing idea.
Crap. I didn't give the bank teller a pin back. Does that mean I robbed the bank?
Well, anyways, just thought I'd mention that. Back to the video. Another resource I use is Procreate.com by Stan Procopinko. He provides very thorough and fun lessons, and I guarantee, with just your pencil and paper, if you apply everything that he teaches you, you'll see progression in no time. Now, enough of that chit chat. Let's get into today's lesson.
Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a quick, easy, and kind of sloppy way of how to render skin. You can do this in Photoshop, but at this moment I'm using Procreate. So create a new canvas in Procreate. And now what I'm doing is changing the background to a darker gray, because a white background just throws me off and I don't really have motivation to draw. Then you're going to create a new layer, and you're going to get a brush that's like a pencil, something that's hard. Now, Procreate has this great tool when you draw a circle and hold it with your pencil, it creates the perfect circle. So that's really handy to use. Now, next what I'm going to do is create another layer, and it automatically goes above layer 1. You're going to want to drag that down below it and keep your outline on top. And just so that you don't get confused, go ahead and change the name of the first layer to outline. And then change the second layer to base. This is going to be your base color, and we're only using one color for this. It's going to be a kind of like a light gray, and you don't have to change the color at all after this. It's a really neat trick. Change the outline to a reference layer. This allows you to only color within that circle. Find you a nice little midtone in the gray, drag and drop. Now you see how it filled up the whole canvas? Let's redo that. Let's drag and drop, hold it, and drag it to your left, and it only fills the circle. Now let's say that the light is coming in from this direction. You're gonna want to create a new layer and change that layer to a multiply layer. That's your layer 3 there. All right, this is still the same gray. Now watch this. You're gonna get yourself a soft brush, and you're gonna start bringing out that dark tone. The multiply layer is going to make that color darker. It's the exact same color. It's a pretty neat trick. Now see, you can't color outside of that circle because you're on a clipping mask. Now I'm going to make that brush a little bit bigger so I can blend that shadow. That's looking good right there. Now you want to create another layer, make that a clipping mask as well. And you're going to change this layer to add. Now add's going to do the opposite. It's going to lighten the color. And also at the bottom where it's going to reflect off the surface. Now I'll show you a quick, easy way how to create a surface. So you're going to create another layer underneath your base. Drag and drop it underneath there. That way that you can color underneath. See that? This is real sloppy, I apologize, but it's a real quick way to get something done. If you take your time with it, I guarantee it'll get you where you're going. Now create another layer above your base. Make sure that's on a clipping mask. And this is how we're gonna add the skin tone. Just pick a random color, leave that on a normal layer, drag and drop it in there. Now you see how it looks kinda, not so good? That's because it's a little too saturated. Even if you change the color to a darker color, it still doesn't look that good. So what you're gonna wanna do is come over to the left and have it less saturated, drop it in, boom. That looks better. Now create yourself another layer above, change that to add. You can add some more details. You can add your rim light or a little bit more reflections, whatever you want to do. All right, guys, let me know if that was helpful for you. Leave some comments below.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to mollywomp that like button, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.